Well, hello, 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 my Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising sign. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this new moon in Aquarius in January to the full moon in Leo in February. I've got the dates for that. Well, actually, the 24th, which is essentially tomorrow, is the new moon in Aquarius. And I've got my Llewellyn's witch's calendar here. I don't work without it. The full moon technically is on Sunday, the 9th of February, but if you want to do some casting, you might want to do it Saturday night because the moon goes full at 2:33 a.m. and who wants to be up 2:33 a.m. unless you got it like that, and I used to have it like that. Not so much anymore. I am your reader. If you are new to the channel, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive. Damn happy to be here. If you like, my PayPal link is below. Toss some coins to your witch. Oh my god, anything for a play on words. If you are new to the channel, please do like and subscribe. I'm making my way to 1,000 subscribers, getting closer every day. So that I can monetize and all that stuff, do super live chat. And as an incentive, I've promised the subscribers that once I get to 1,000, a little bit over, I want to make sure I have the wiggle room there, and I can do super live chat, that once a month, I will do a little ditty called Drunk Tarot. And there is a link in the description box below of the video explaining what Drunk Tarot is. And it's my favorite video of 2019. Go watch. It's a hoot. That being said, let's get down to the business for this reading. This is a general read. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't, check your other signs. It's just as simple as that. As a reader, it's very different sitting across from a person, whether face-to-face or on, video messenger or whatever, video chat. Because as a reader, you can just tune to, right? You're Scorpio, it's different empathing an entire room or just one person, right? So that being the case, please do check your other signs. That's why I do Sun, Moon, Rising for the What Do I Needs. And speaking of which, a What Do I Need read is a little bit different from what I see on YouTube. They're catching on little by little, these readings, because so many people, even if they're not, readers by profession, they'll have a tarot deck or they'll have an oracle deck and they'll pick a card of the day, right? What's my card for today, right? If you fine-tune that a little bit and just to say, what do I need today? Like, what do I need to focus on? Because that's kind of what you're asking, but there's a bit of humility in that you're turning to the divine through a system of divination, right? And saying, what do I need? That's what these readings are. We're only picking one card, let's see, from, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decks, so not a terribly long reading. But one that will give clarity from 5 different, if you like, channels of spirit, or 5 different pantheons, technically 4, because we're 2 decks we're splitting with the masters, the ascended masters, right? Cool. So that being said, we are doing this from, a new moon to a full moon. So instead of a card of the day, or what do I need for the day, it's for a waxing phase, right, from new moon to full. So the cards, the decks that I'm working and how the guides asked me to do this is a little bit different this time. I'm really enjoying this. And we're going to start with the tarot card, just one from the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, to represent the voices of the goddess, right? The divine feminine. Why? Because it's lunar, right? We're not doing a sun cycle. I guess we could, but we're not. So to do that, and then every other card that I pull will be in clarifier. In clarification, a clarifier for this. Cool. So it'll give you not just a story, but different ways of going into that in terms of what you need. Cool. Take a nice deep breath. That's the most important. Breathe in the now, be in the now. Be with the breath. Be in the present moment. Because we're going to breathe anyway, and as I remember to breathe consciously, it slows me down a little bit, so I'm not such a verbal machine gun, and the energy can go through me a little bit smoother. It doesn't burn me out so quickly, as well as you are tuning to the same still point that I am, where the information is coming from, right? So you're doing it inside you, I'm doing it inside me. It doesn't matter that we're separated by time and space. We're still the quantum field. Cool. Here we go. Nice deep breath. Still point. My goddesses, please. Here we go. One card in clarity for the Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising signs for this new moon in Aquarius to full moon in Leo, January to February 2020, please. What do they need? Please give us a tarot card, major, minor, court card. What is it? What is it that they need in tarot form for this new moon to full moon next? Well, lovely. Four of Pentacles, very direct. It says right on the card, security. Now, what kind of security? Now, because it is an earth sign, we're going to say, physical security, of course. But the physical security, people will go financial security, but my God, it's so much more than that, right? Your sense of physical safety, like, is your stuff secure? Is your body secure? Are you secure in your own body, right? Are you at home in your own skin? And what I love about this deck, I love the Daughters of the Moon. I've been reading it probably longer than any other divination system, let alone tarot. These four women are going to the well, right? You know, to get water, and a well that always is replenished. So there is that element of water there, something emotional housed within the physical. So this can even point to a little bit of a sense of emotional security. Now, if you're a witch, if you're casting, if you're working with lunar cycles, even if you're not magically inclined, just aware of the waxing and the waning of it all, this is something to then build on, right? This is something to cast a seed, plant a seed of intention. It's in Aquarius, so, you know, you could use incense, you could use some element of air, words, prayer, chant, anything like that for that sense of security. Waxing for 2 weeks, right? New to full. Very cool. Let's ask the angels through the Healing with the Angels Oracle, Doreen Virtue. I've been reading this in tandem with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot for decades. So let's have a look-see-duck-see, shall we? Please, nice deep breath. Help me find that still point. It's right there between the inhale and the exhale. And there it is between the exhale and the inhale. My angels, please, one card in clarity for this Scorpio collective. Sun, moon, rising sign. For this new moon in Aquarius to full moon next in Leo, January to February 2020. Please, one card in clarity, considering our foundational card here. What the Scorpios need is the Four of Pentacles, a sense of security in some way, shape, or form. Though I've got a feeling on what that is, can you please clarify? Miracles. All right, so you need, now I need a miracle. Now that's not the nicest thing to say. Girl, you need a miracle. We all need a miracle. And really good coffee helps, right? Until they show up. But what I'm tuning into on this one is that this miracle, for your sense of security, if there is, it's the emotional part of it. Because look, even if you're not feeling financially secure, and that is certainly a good chunk of the Scorpio collective here, I can feel that. It's feeling insecure, feeling there's no security in your financials. Do you see what I'm saying? So get that the emotional part of it is part of the miracle. You are water signs. And by the way, Scorpio is 8th house, money, sex, and power. Otherwise, I like Caroline Mace's version, MYSS. Caroline Mace is amazing. She calls 8th house other people's resources, right? So that's sharing money, sex, and power, right? And amongst other things. Yeah, her book Sacred Contracts was such a game changer for me. Go read it. That's why I use her archetype cards in my work, just not in this spread. Cool. So there we go. Now, a miracle of security. It says that you need that. Is that something that you can cast for and work for? Yes, but I don't think it would hit the table unless it was in the plan, right? Something for you to be aware of. It's like, what do I need? Oh, great, I need a miracle. Thanks, tarot, right? I didn't know that. But it wouldn't have hit the table unless it was in the quantum field ready for you on some level, right? So what we're going to do is ask the masters through the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack. We're only using half of the deck. Half of the deck is the problem suit, and they're back there. We're saving those for the waning moon reads. For the waxing moon reads, we got the other half, which are the 3 decks. One is healing, one is grace, one is luck. So here's something that you might want to cast for, pray for. Plant the seed of intention for an Aquarius full moon, new moon. Take a nice deep breath. Still point. My masters. Ooh. My masters, please. One card in clarity for this Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising sign. What do they need for this new moon to full moon next, January to February 2020? The Four of Pentacles security thing, getting the emotional side of that pretty strong, feeling that like in my belly. But with miracles, and there are some question marks floating around that one, because to say somebody needs a miracle, we all do. So please, can you clarify a piece of luck, a piece of healing, or a piece of grace for this Scorpio? What do they need? What do they need? It's one of the healing cards. Truth. Truth. Now, keep in mind, there is a difference between what's true and truth. This I learned through Caroline Mace. Speaking of Mace, my nose just started itching. I forget what that means. That means someone's talking about you? Isn't that your ear? Fuck, I don't care. I'll Google it later. There's what's true and truth. So here we go. What's true is right now I am recording a YouTube reading for the Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising signs. That is what is true. The truth is that I am an incarnation of the quantum field, as are we all, and there's really all one of us. There's only one of us. There's only one unified field, and this world is essentially a hologram that was created by all of us together on a level before we had individualized unit of consciousness memory, so we don't remember doing it. Really, you gotta see me at cocktail parties. Put a glass of Chardonnay in my hand. This shit come out my mouth, girl. So, you know what I mean? So to make that point, Scorpio, you know, if you're a mystical Scorpio, you know about the deeper mystical truth of things of that nature. And you know what? What I just said can bring a lot of security to it. It's like, oh, right, I'm a soul that was chosen to incarnate, to play this role, just like Meryl Streep gets hired and cast to play things. I'm sure she has to audition, you know what I mean? So it's like, oh, right. And that there is a relief in there that can actually relax us to the point. See, relaxation is how I know I'm in alignment with Source, right? It's no longer about feeling good, feeling great, feeling blissful, because I'm a hedonist archetype. I can bring myself there, but come down the next day, right? All I have to do is relax, find that still point, chill, go with the flow, or as my guides say to me on repeat, just watch the movie, meaning the movie of your life. I relax. Oh, right, I'm a soul. This is all scripted. Yes, there are variations in the quantum, absolutely. Did you watch Crisis on Infinite Earths? I'm such a geek. There's such a fucking comic book geek at my soul, right? So just keep in mind, we've got two more down. We've got that mantra card at the end. You'll see. This is a really good reading though, because miracles come with truth, right? You want a truth-based miracle, otherwise is it a miracle? So that's why we're going to work through the Whispers of Love Oracle. Such a lovely, lovely deck. To be the voices of the higher selves of all involved. So let's ask your higher self what's going on, because sometimes this deck can say, do this, right? What do I need? You need to do this. All very lovingly, right? Take a nice deep breath. Still point, please. The higher selves of all involved. I feel like in the still point, they pass like the mic from one pantheon to the next. They're like, okay, your turn. The higher selves of all involved, please. One card in clarity for this Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising sign. What do they need for this new moon to full moon next, right? From new moon in Aquarius to full moon in Leo, January to February 2020. Because the Four of Pentacles security, like coming out the gate, that's stable, that's strong, but, you know, do they need that? Do they have that? Do they need to wax that, make that stronger? And then to answer that with miracles and then truth, higher selves of all involved, synthesize this, please. A whisper of love, something truly helpful for this Scorpio collective. Embrace your emotions. Don't push down your feelings or judge your emotions. For Scorpio, which is what y'all tend to do, right? Be emotional, but you know, Scorpios are notorious for hiding it though. often repressing it or channeling it in ways that are not known to be good for them. Just saying, it's not you're the only sign that does it. But fixed water, you know, it's the other part of 8th house energy. Yes, other people's resources, money, sex, and power, but it's also mysticism. Like Pisces, there is that hidden aspect where Cancerians, yes, they tend to be a little more crabby, but you see them, they're all in the shell. Fishes swim away and Scorpios retreat, right? So it's a tricky thing to say embrace your emotions unless you have a support system in place, a security system, an emotional security system in place here to stabilize it. In other words, you say, well, okay, what are my boundaries? I'm going to give myself, let's say I'm going to give myself over this next 2-week period meditation time every day, just to set aside, I don't know, 15 minutes, half hour, whatever, to love whatever rises, to feel whatever I'm feeling until it completes its arc, right? Or to the best that I can, let it complete its emotional arc, like a story arc in a TV show or in a movie. But during that time, I'm not acting on it, right? Like no matter what it is, I'm not texting anybody. I will cry my eyes out, whatever, inner child work, go to therapy once a week, whatever that is, to set yourself up with a clean, healthy Scorpion boundary and then embrace those feelings. Don't push down your feelings or judge your emotions, but don't let them run the show either, where you're stinging, I guess I should say, the Scorpions have stingers, stinging yourself and everybody else around you. My older brother, Matthew, Aries, as I call him, is a Scorpio. Live and learn, Virgo. All right, nice deep breath. We're going to get your last card down, which is from the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. Highly recommended. A lot of my clients are actually getting this deck because it's so helpful. I do one every day. I'm still working my one from last night, so it's all good. This is last, and it's sort of double dipping with the Masters who gave us the card of truth. Truth from the Ascended Masters. Sponsored by. This one's going to come last because these cards are really cool. On one side is the name of the mantra. The other side is the mantra itself. They're in English. But then I can look it up in the book because the name of the mantra, it's alphabetical. I can look it up. And this is last so that you can remember this one. And that's why I'm even putting the name of the mantra in the title of the video. Now, some of them are scary, like you'll see. So if you look at some of the other ones, it's like embracing adversity or honoring adversity, right? People are like, I don't want to know about that. Well, that's the kind of reader I am, though. I'm a spiritual teacher. So truth, right? So truth, cross your fingers, take a deep breath, right? Take a deep breath. Let's ask the Masters and get this one down for you, shall we? I'm here. I'm with you. Breathe. Still point. My Masters, please, one card in clarity, a healing mantra for this Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising sign for this new moon to full moon next, January to February 2020, new moon in Aquarius to full moon in Leo. Please, what is the healing mantra that will be truly helpful and healing for them? Considering, again, we're dealing with security, miracles, truth, and for them to embrace their emotions. Particularly that embracing the emotions part for Scorpio. I feel the depth of that in my Pisces moon empathic heart. Please, what is their healing mantra for the well-being of all? Balancing the brain. Excellent, 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 excellent. This is going to help you so much. I can be and do all at once. I can be and do all at once. I can be and do all at once. Balancing the brain. This is great. I know this one. I've gotten this one. And I can talk about this one because I relate to it. I can be and do all at once. Balancing the brain. When the brain is balanced, you are no longer bouncing back and forth between being and doing. You allow each action to be expressed from a space of mindfulness, peace, and ease. In a balanced brain, each inner battle has been won, which makes it easier to navigate around those whose minds are still entrenched in conflict. From this space, you are able to do all that needs to be done while operating from your soul's natural state of being. This mantra is ideal for reducing stress at work, being a more mindful parent, my cats seem not to mind, and increasing levels of accountability. So balancing the brain. Now, what I'm getting for this, like feeling it in my body, is that yes, embracing the emotion, that's being. What am I doing? I'm being so much right now. And you can feel in that, in terms of the doing, to balancing the brain, the left brain, right, to get your energy balanced before acting. That is sort of what the security is pointing to, right? That you need to balance the being and doing so that the doing, it's sort of like, what's the energy field doing before the action goes into doing? What is the energy field being before the action goes into doing, right? So if you are tumultuous, if some truth has shown itself and a miracle has happened, and it does feel like the balancing of the brain, you will experience your part in the miracle, but be able to perceive it where others may not be able to. But that it's the embracing of the emotions too, so that you actually feel it. So this is a left brain, right brain, intellectual, intuitive, masculine, feminine balancing thing. Now, how can you balance the brain? Oh, there's energy tapping, there's yoga, there's breath work, there's, just Google balancing the brain. You'll get physiological, you get psychological, you get spiritual, you get metaphysical products, right? Like 10 million different things to help you balance the brain. Energy tapping, Donna Eden. No, energy medicine, Donna Eden. Not Barbara Eden, Donna Eden. It's the difference between genie and an energy healing author. But really start with the mantra, I can be and do all at once. I can be and do all at once. Because otherwise, my Scorpios, this feels really good. But I'm going to be honest with you, and you might like this, it feels a little low-key. It feels like it's happening more inside of you, right? Like this card of security with embracing your emotions, that there's emotional truth there that triggers a miracle. But once you get that state of being, the question might be, well, now what do I do? Well, I can be and do all at once. Cool, cool. It was a lot, but it was really, really cool. So may the Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising signs be blessed with all that they need this new moon to full moon next, that they may balance the brain, that they may find that security within themselves to embrace their emotions with truth, and through that experience the miracle for the well-being of all. And so it is. Thank you so much for watching. Again, please do like and subscribe. Go watch the Drunk Tarot video. I love that thing. And help me get to my 1,000 plus subscribers, and we will have so much fun. And believe me, I will do super live chat at least once a week. At least once a week, and we will have a fucking field day. Cool, cool. Wishing you all the very best and the very blessed. You know how I do. But for now, my Scorpio brothers and sisters, hail. Farewell, and from my heart and soul to yours, blessed, blessed be.